We're diving in to Overreaction Tuesdays. It's Tuesday. We're excited about it. I mean, we came back last week and they were on fire. I'm loving every second of it. If you got your own, toss them in the chat. But we got a couple too. We appreciate you.
It's a fine line between, drinking wine and squashing grapes, as we say in this business. And sometimes it's very subtle.
Shout out our boy. All right, Nick, I'm tossing it to you. What do we got?
Yeah, let's kick off Overreaction Tuesday with the Steelers slot cornerback position. Overreaction or not, I'll let you be the judge. Beanie Bishop has stolen back the starting slot corner role and effectively ended Cam Sutton's career in Pittsburgh.
No. Oh, my gosh. Starting hot here. Starting hot. I get it. I see where you're coming from. And Beanie's the future of the Pittsburgh Steelers slot corner position. He is. But is Cam Sutton going to get a job in the NFL next year? Is somebody else going to call Cam Sutton and say, hey, you want to come play for us? I mean, probably not, right? I would imagine he's not getting a bunch of offers in free agency. Why would the Pittsburgh Steelers not say, hey, come back for another $1 million and you could be the same thing that you were this year? I mean, I think the future of the Steelers starting slot position, 100. I agree with that. That is not even close to an overreaction. That is a factual statement, actually. But I think Cam Sutton's coming back because unless he gets an offer elsewhere, I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't. If you're the Pittsburgh Steelers and you're just sitting around going, yeah, well, we don't really need another starting quality corner / safety / dime backer that could play everywhere across the field and is the smartest guy on the field when he is on the field and makes plays and is a great special teamer. We don't really need that guy. I mean, they're crazy. They would do that in a heartbeat. They love Cam Sutton. I think the first part of it, factual statement, not even close to an overreaction. Cam's career ended in Pittsburgh because of Beanie Bishop? Nah, that's an overreaction.
All right, that's fair enough. Let's go to this next one. Cam Heyward, having himself a great season, is a Super Bowl away from becoming a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Ooh, first ballot Hall of Famer. Now, there are two sides to this, okay? There's the me side of this that says Cam Sutton is a Hall of Famer. He should be a Hall of Famer. There's no question that he should be. If guys like Dwight Freeney, if guys like Joey Seymour are getting into the Hall of Fame, and I understand they won Super Bowls, but what they did throughout their career is what Cam Heyward has done throughout his career outside of winning the Super Bowls. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. How the NFL works, how the Pro Football Hall of Fame works, he's got to win one. He's got to win one. So I don't... Is he a first ballot, though, even with one? That's where it becomes. I mean, James Harrison wasn't a first ballot with one. Hines Ward is like a 9-time ballot guy at this point. I would say overreaction. I mean, it sucks. He should be, but I don't think Cam Heyward is a first ballot Hall of Famer, even with the Super Bowl.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's go to the next one here. The Steelers linebacker rooms, inside and outside, are easily the best in the NFL.
Easily the best in the NFL. I don't know. Philadelphia's is pretty crazy. They're definitely up there. But I think what gives the Steelers an advantage here and why this is not an overreaction is you have TJ Watt, who's like your guy. Like that's where everybody will start the argument. But Alex Highsmith is the most underrated outside linebacker in the NFL. This dude is not just good. He's actually not even great. He's on the verge of being a star, like a star. And I think he's only getting better. He is electric when he is on that field. He is, I mean, sometimes he's more dominant than TJ Watt. That's how good Alex Highsmith is. And then you got Nick Herbig. Preston Smith is almost a nobody in this defense. And that's significant to say that a guy who started 9 years of football is a dude who does almost nothing on this defense. That's how good they are. Patrick Queen, when he's hot, he's hot. Landon Roberts is Landon Roberts, and Peyton Wilson's getting better. He had a dip. I'm glad to see he's overcome that dip and played very well. So I'm going to not an overreaction. That is not an overreaction.
All right, let's jump to my last one. Then we have a couple of listener inquiries as well. Additions like Russell Wilson, Patrick Queen, and Deshaun Elliott will make Omar Khan the general manager of the year.
Ooh, that's a good one. That is a good one. Now, that's an overreaction only because it's like saying Saquon Barkley is going to win the MVP. He's not. You want to know why? Because it goes to the quarterback. And yeah, Russell Wilson was a phenomenal move for $1 million. And that one might be the one that tips the scale in his favor. But drafting Jaden Daniels at 2 and turning the Washington Commanders immediately into a contender is probably going to give them the upper hand in Washington. Who else? I mean, Bo Nix and Denver might give them the upper hand there. You're going to have those teams. Sam Darnold. Okay. He might be a name that gets it over. So it'll be close. It's just Pittsburgh, it's Pittsburgh. You don't give awards to Pittsburgh. This is what you expect. You expect Russell Wilson to come to the Pittsburgh Steelers, obviously, So I would say shouldn't be an overreaction or shouldn't be an underreaction. But it might be an overreaction.
All right, let's go to some of these listener overreactions, starting with Eddie the Great, and this is a long one here. The Steelers continue to be the standard when it comes to being a successful organization. Seeing what else is out there, and the Browns being the antithesis of the Steelers, will be the reason both Fields and Wilson will take team-friendly deals to stay in Pittsburgh.
Overreaction, and it's the word both that got you. That's what it is. First off, shout out Kadarius Toney. Did you see the news today? I mean,
did not see the news about Kadarius Toney today.
Oh,
is he gone?
Well, he's gone.
Yeah,
he's gone. I know. I was like, I had the tweet written out, and it said Ben Skoranek claimed a job this weekend, and I just felt that was a little aggressive, a little too much. I think, yeah, across the line. I'm trying to be a kinder person here during the holiday season. That's an overreaction. Justin Fields does not come back to the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's just not. I mean, he's not. Unless the Pittsburgh Steelers have a clear set plan of he is the guy in a year. He is a guy in 2 years max. Why would he come back to Pittsburgh? He's going to get an opportunity somewhere. He's going to want to take that opportunity. He's going to get offered more money. I get it. He's not going to want to go to Cleveland, but he might want to go somewhere else where there are better options. That being said, I mean, the market is kind of getting crowded here. You're going to have Sam Darnold's. Sam Darnold's getting signed somewhere. Daniel Jones probably going to get signed somewhere. Justin Fields might be on the back end of the list right now. So we'll see, but I'm saying overreaction. Justin Fields did not come back to Pittsburgh.
All right, let's go over to Matthew, who says the Steelers are building their 70s dynasty off of this year.
Overreaction.
Yeah.
Overreaction. You can't build a dynasty with a 36-year-old quarterback. You just can't. You can't do it. You can't do it. And that being said, you got to win 3. You got to win 3. That's the stand. You win 3, according to Troy Polamalu, that is a dynasty. So if Russ can win 3 in a row, be 39 years old, call it a day, 3 out of 4, I guess. Call it a day. That's a dynasty. But that ain't the case. I'll say this. If the Steelers can pull off their next quarterback and win at least 1 with Russ, there's a possibility that you get 3 over the next however many years that it takes to say this is a dynasty before the Pickens and the offensive line and all of those guys leave. There's an opportunity to get 3. I would say it's a tight window. Everybody's got a tight, but the pieces are there. The pieces were there with Kenny. He just turned out not to be good. So if you could do the quarterback thing right, you got a shot. The start of the new year is the perfect time to get organized, set goals, and prioritize what matters most. For me, a top priority is my financial wellness, which feels more important than ever. Thanks to Rocket Money, my goals feel achievable, and they show me all of my subscriptions right in one place and help me easily cancel the ones I forgot I've been paying for. Rocket Money also pulls together all of my spending across all of my different accounts so I can clearly track my spending habits and see where I can cut back. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. See all of your subscriptions in one place and know exactly where your money is going. For ones you don't want anymore, Rocket Money can help you cancel them. Rocket Money's dashboard gives you a clear view of your expenses across all of your accounts. Easily create a personalized budget with custom categories to keep your spending on track. See your monthly spending trends in each category to know exactly where your money is going. Get alerts if your bills increase in price, there's unusual spending activity, or if you're close to going over your budget, the new goals feature automatically saves money for you, so you don't have to think about it. Pay off credit card debt, put away money for a house, or just building your savings. Rocket Money makes it easy. Rocket Money will even try to negotiate lower bills for you. They automatically scan your bills to find opportunities to save. Then you can ask them to negotiate for you. They'll deal with customer service so you don't have to. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of 500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/allsteelers today. That's rocketmoney.com/allsteelers. rocketmoney.com/allsteelers.
Let's go to this one, which I think I already know the answer to. I'm So Wavy says Terrell Austin will be the first head coach off of the Tomlin tree. It's always said that Tomlin could never be considered a legendary coach because legendary coaches have coaching trees. Tomlin came off the Dungy tree, so after this move, what can they say about Tomlin then? Is Terrell Austin a future head coach in the National Football League?
No, that's an overreaction. But does Arthur Smith count? Can Arthur Smith count if he leaves and gets a head coaching job? No, he doesn't.
And with that said, neither can Tom Arth or Zach Azzani, to be completely honest.
Tom Arth's going to be the next offensive coordinator of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So after that, I think you could get him off the coaching tree. I think if he spends 3 years in Pittsburgh, takes a step forward in the position, then it could be considered. I think if he got hired right now, yeah, I agree with you. No chance. That's not. And Azzani, definitely. That's what are we doing here? Especially if it's a college job. No, that does not count.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's not going to be TA. I love TA. I think he's phenomenal, but he loves Pittsburgh, man. He's not going anywhere. He doesn't want to go anywhere. No, it's not going to be. That's an overreaction. And that's nothing against Tomlin. I mean, Tomlin's one of the greats and a Hall of Famer. So nothing against Tomlin.
Let's go over to Daniel Weber, who says, Overreaction Tuesday. The Steelers will face the Eagles twice this year and making it a single state Super Bowl.
That would be awesome. I would say that's not an overreaction. How could you say that's an overreaction? I would say the Eagles are my second favorite team to make it to the Super Bowl in the NFC. The Steelers are my third favorite team to make it to the Super Bowl in the AFC. Those are good odds right there. Those are pretty good. That's pretty good chances that both those teams can end up in Louisiana. In New Orleans this February. So I would say that's not an overreaction at all. I think that could happen. I'll say this though. And I think I've said that phrase 3 times during the segment, so I'm going to stop. You ever catch yourself just saying things again and again and again? Yep. This one is going to be completely different from the next one if it were to happen. This is not the same Steelers team, and this won't be the same Eagles team that they play if they play in February.
Let's jump into a couple in the live chat here, starting with Matt Hatch, who says, overreaction. Mike Williams goes off on Philly and has 100+ yards. Meanwhile, the defense holds Saquon Barkley to 60 rushing yards.
Man, the first part I would say not an overreaction. The second part I'd say an overreaction. 60 yards is better than if you said 50, we'd have an issue. But they held Derrick Henry to 67 yards a couple of weeks ago. Mm-hmm. It's possible. Saquon is the best player in the NFL right now, though, and I don't think you could beat him. So I'm going overreaction only because of Saquon Barkley. I mean, if Chase Brown and whatever his name, Tracy in New York, is getting 100-yard gains on you, I mean, Barkley's going to do something. So I would say overreaction here.
Listen, and I have nothing that I can say about being short that is actually going to hurt somebody else, but Beanie Bishop better keep his hands up if Saquon's coming at him because he's definitely going to try to hurdle him at some point.
And he's going to win. He's going to get the hurdle.
Yeah, he'll probably clear him by about a foot or a half. Let's go over to Richard Hunt, who says, overreaction. Russell Wilson is the best quarterback in the North.
Overreaction. I mean, he's the most mentally gifted quarterback in the North. I'll say that. He's the perfect quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Joe Burrow is the best quarterback in the AFC North. Lamar Jackson's as close to a second as you could get. I would say he's, number 3, and that's a damn good 3 to be involved in. But I'm going overreaction here. This season he'll finish with a better record and be on a better team than both of those guys. But just talent-wise, it's Joe Burrow, and it will be Joe Burrow.
Let's go over to Skylar, who says, overreaction or not, Ben Skoranek is what we always hoped Gunnar Olszewski could be.
Yes and no. Different position. Totally different position. You hoped Gunnar was going to be a punt returner and kick returner. That is obviously not Ben Skoranek's job. I'll say Ben Skoranek is what, and I think Miles Boykin was phenomenal, but he's the best gunner the Steelers have had since, Darius Heyward Bay. That's how long ago this was. He's phenomenal. Ben Skoranek, I tweeted out during the game, he better get comfortable. He better get a nice apartment in Pittsburgh because he's not going anywhere. He's got a job. I'm surprised they haven't changed their rules and already negotiated it with him because he is not going anywhere this offseason.
Let's go over to Forgotten Creed, who says, overreaction. The Steelers turn Lincoln Financial Field into a home game and force Hurts to have 2 turnovers.
It's tough to turn Lincoln Financial into a home game. I'm not going to say this is an overreaction because, Steelers fans travel better than any fans in the NFL, hands down, no questions asked. I'm not going to say I'm confident in this one, because it's Eagles fans are right there, close top 3, maybe top 4. But I would say not an overreaction, but very close.
Let's jump to Big Al. Appreciate you as always. Al says, if we win the Super Bowl, Russell will retire.
Not an overreaction. I think that's a possibility. Why wouldn't he? Why not sail into the sunset? You just won a Super Bowl in Pittsburgh. Your legacy is set. You're a Hall of Famer. Great. You proved all the haters wrong. You made a boatload of money. Go be a dad, I think that's, I would say not an overreaction. Would I bet on it? No, but definitely not an overreaction.
I'd push back on this one. I think it's an overreaction. He's just said publicly way too many times this year that he wants to play until he's 40 for a Super Bowl to kind of wear that out. That's 5 more years or 4 more years. He's not going to be like, well, I got a Super Bowl, so you know what? My next 3 years just cleared up.
Yeah, maybe. You might be right on that one. I think Russ has a lot more football in him. We'll say that.
Let's go over to Floaty, who says, overreaction. The Justin Fields package will have more than 5 snaps against Philly. Yeah,
this is not an overreaction. I expect a lot of Justin Fields. I expect the Pittsburgh Steelers to say, hey, you have Jalen Hurts, but we have Justin Fields, so we're better than you. I really do. I fully expect that. This is a Mike Tomlin mind game of he's aware of the drama. Mike Tomlin knows about the drama. He knows about what's going on in Philly. And he's going to make sure that Philadelphia is thinking about, man, dude, maybe Justin Fields is the guy we need because we just watched him do his thing against our Eagles.